In today's video, we are going to be talking all about tech, and I'm going to be sharing with you my current tech setup when I'm out there on a run. Now, I think it's a really nice little added bonus that you can add into your running setup to help you give yourself that little extra boost, especially on days when you don't feel like running. It has all sorts of motivational and inspirational bonuses, but it's really, really important to make this setup streamlined, because if it doesn't work, it's a faff, it's a headache, you're not going to do it. So I've spent years and years and years trying out different setups with different brands, millions of different types of things, expensive, cheap, whatever you like, but I think I've finally come to a really nice solution that works for me, and hopefully you can get something similar that will work for you and ultimately inspire you to get out there on the run a little bit more often. Now, this unfortunately is not a sponsored video. I wish it was, but maybe one day. But for the time being, I am using the same brand. It just happens to have worked out that way at the moment. But you can find any brand you like. It really doesn't matter, but I just wanted to go through the different elements, share them with you, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So let's get into it and show you what I'm using. Up first on my list is my headphones. I absolutely love listening to a podcast or some music when I'm running. Podcasts are a great way to get some information in while you're on the run, especially the longer runs, and you can just kill a bit of time, get on with your run, and before you know it, you're at the end. Also, of course, music speaks for itself, super motivational, might just get you out there on days when you really, really think you don't want to. I'm currently using the Samsung earbuds. I think they're brilliant. I've had them for about a month. My top things when choosing headphones are they've got to be able to stay in my ears. I have a huge problem with things falling out when I'm running and sweating. These are great so far. Just make sure you look and check the headphones. You've got those little the wings that clip into your ear there, and it will stop them falling out. I found really, really good. Secondly is battery life on something that's wireless like this, because there's nothing more annoying than just picking them up before you go out on the run and they're dead. So they actually charge in this little box. I think most of them do, so there's loads of different brands out there. And number three is connectivity, because you find with some headphones they will drop out with a connection with your phone or whatever you're using for your music, and it'll drive you nuts and really interrupt your run if you have to keep stopping. So maybe do your research, do a bit of Googling, depending on what device you're using, to see that they've got a good review on their connectivity. But I do love to run with headphones. I think it's a great motivation. Maybe not always, but when you need the extra boost, I would definitely recommend carrying a little pair of headphones with you. So up on number two is my watch. I use a smart watch, but primarily for this purpose, for the running purpose, I literally just use one app, and it's the Strava app. I press go, it measures my run, job done, pings it up to my phone at the end. It also gives me some live feedback when I'm running. I don't typically tend to use it because I like to run with how I feel, but really it's a great way of tracking your runs over a longer period of time. And you know, you can with running get these periods where you're not feeling much progress. It can be a little bit disheartening, so this is a great motivator for you to look back, see how far you've come, and think actually not so bad after all. It's a great accountability tool as well, because you can share your runs from the app, and you can show friends. Maybe you're working with some friends or colleagues in a little accountability. You might have told them you're going for a run and you can show them. So I think it's a great motivator all round, and I couldn't recommend recording your runs. It works really well from a watch. There's loads and loads of different ones out there. You don't have to spend a fortune, but go and do a little bit of research. As I said, I'm using the Samsung Gear S3. I use it as a smart watch. It's a pretty nice all-round watch, but I do believe there are lots and lots that you can work with. Again, like the headphones, good battery life, a nice screen to work with, because when you're running, you want to be able to see what you're looking at. And again, just good connectivity so that you can actually see your results on an app or on a computer afterwards. Those are my top tips for that, and I'll get into another little tip for tracking your runs on my next item. Up last and not least is the mobile phone. I am pretty sure most people have one of these, but they're an absolute lifesaver when it comes to running. A couple of things that would be great for: maps. If you haven't seen my previous travel running video, why not? But in that I talk about using Google Maps to plan and to get yourself out of a little hole taxi home. You can make a call on it. So I wouldn't really run without one, to be honest with you. If you don't want to invest in a watch, or you're not comfortable with a watch on whatever happens to be, you can actually easily track your runs with like a Strava app or Map My Run app straight on the phone. You don't need one at all. You can just bring it up, press go, job done. And thirdly, of course, I've already mentioned that I love listening to a podcast or some music when I'm running, so I wouldn't really dream of running without it, because it's what powers my music and my podcasts to my headphones. So you can load up some playlists. I think it's a great idea to have a nice running playlist. It gives you some motivation to get out there on the run, and I think there's some great ones. If you use something like Spotify or iTunes, there's loads of good pre-made ones there, and you'll be winning. So one little last note, I've actually just upgraded my phone to this smaller Samsung. I've been used to using big phones. I think that's the way it's going. They seem to all be massive. But for me, I've just dropped it down a notch because I'm running so much and it's driving me nuts having a massive phone. So this fits in my running pouch really, really nice and easy, and or in the side pocket of a leggings or shorts. Not saying you need to go out and change your phone, but you might want to consider it if you run a lot. Next time you run, not to go massive, because it is just a lot easier to carry.
For the record.
So there you have it. There are my top 3 tech setup items to get you out there on the run. Really, really streamlined. Just make sure you've got it all sorted before you go on the run. Set it all out. Give it a trial run, because it will drive you nuts trying to fiddle about with connections when you're out there and you don't want to interrupt your run. But once you're set up and good to go, you'll be flying, and hopefully this will just give you that extra motivation and inspiration you need to hit the runs on a regular basis, and get you out the door on those days that you just don't feel like it. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you could give it a thumbs up and a subscribe at the end, I would massively appreciate it. I'm really trying to get this channel growing and sharing the running love. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you didn't catch my previous video, here it will be linked at the end. It's about my running accessories in terms of my kit, so things I use to make my runs a little bit more comfortable. So go and check that out. It's a must watch, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.